special edition of Idaho Living. It is Take Your Child to Work Day. And as a mom, I am so excited to bring my son to work. And so we're excited to introduce Tyler Kennedy Johnson. Tyler, excited to be here?
I am.
Yay! Okay, well, thank you for being here. And now we do the excitement meter at our house on a scale from 1 to 10. So every time we go to dinner or make a dinner or something, we always do this excitement scale, right? So on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being you could not be more excited to be here with your mom today at Take Your Child to Work Day, or 1 being you'd rather be at school, where are you on the excitement meter?
Definitely an 11 or 12.
Did the producers tell you to say that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, one of the questions the producers had is, who is Tyler Johnson? Let's take a look.
Hockey fanatic. English. Probably egg sandwiches made by my mom. A pro hockey player or a sports announcer. Definitely my cell phone. Energetic. I'm single. No, don't do that.
Oh, that's my little Tyler, isn't it? Well, when we found out Tyler was going to be co-hosting with me today, we asked our viewers what they wanted to know about Tyler Johnson. Are you ready to answer some of these questions?
I am.
Okay,
let's do it.
You need to answer this first one very carefully.
Okay.
Especially since you're skipping school today. Okay, so viewer Christy Hilton asks, who is your favorite teacher?
Most definitely Mrs. Hilton.
Hands down,
down.
right? Okay, that's kind of fun, isn't it? Okay, so Brenda Thacker asked, what is the funniest item you've sent to your uncle while he was deployed? She must know a little thing or two.
I usually send him princess or Barbie stuff, and so I sent him a teacup. That was probably the best one. He sported it perfect.
I can't imagine what the conversations were around that, right? Okay, Lori Bridgman asks, Tyler, what does your mom do that embarrasses you?
Probably put me on her show. Idaho Living.
Okay, she had a follow-up question too. What most shows you how much she loves you?
Probably when she's dropping me off at school, she yells, "I love you."
I don't yell at you when I drive you. That's cute. You never know. You never have to worry about if you think I love you, right?
Never.
All right, coming up on today's show, we are headed over to Sur La Table Kitchen, and Tyler and I are making spring rolls. They're not just for dinner. See how we made rolls you and your family can even create for dessert.
Then we are getting creative with Boise Creative Center, a fun new way to connect with your kids.
I grew up always fascinated with the weather. My greatest satisfaction comes from compiling my own forecast, putting it together with my experience, and then educating people.
You know, as someone who loves storytelling so much, I have a responsibility to tell a story, but it's a weather story of why the weather is the way it is and what's going to be the story of your day.
The weather is absolutely as important to me as it is to any of our viewers because I love the outdoors.
I love Boise and I feel lucky to live here.
Round up those little chefs. We're in the kitchen with Chef Daisy.
That's right. Welcome. We're so excited.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me back.
Okay, so when you told us we were going to be making Thai rolls, I was a little bit nervous, right? Because my son Tyler does have allergies to soy and peanuts, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer. So anytime somebody says Thai, I'm always like, this isn't going to work for us, right? But you made some accommodations.
Absolutely, and that's what cooking's all about, is knowing what you can substitute to still be able to enjoy the food you want to. So we're gonna do a really simple avocado and cilantro sauce with our spring rolls today instead of peanut. You can also do sweet chili, you can do ranch if you want to, like the world's your oyster, really.
I love that. Okay, so we're gonna make them from scratch, and this is gonna be good for all the kids. It's really simple.
Absolutely.
So like Tyler said, round up those chefs because they can do what we're doing right now.
It's so easy for each person to make their own customized roll too, which is nice.
Love that too.
Everything they want in there.
Love it. How do we get started?
So we've got rice papers. These are sold in the Asian section of your supermarket, and all we have to do is soak them into some water until they get really nice and pliable. So we're just gonna put them in that dish of water.
Okay.
And it's gonna take just a second.
Do I turn it over or anything?
Nope,
Or
you don't
just
have
do
to.
this?
Just do
Okay.
that
Now take
until
it
you
out?
can feel it kind of loosen to the point where you can fold it.
Yeah, I think it's loosened.
All
Or
right.
do you think it's loosened?
Let's do a little bit longer.
Okay. And I'm going to be making vegetables, and then Tyler's going to be making like a dessert spring roll.
He is,
right?
yeah. He's going to do fruit in his.
I love it. I guess I think of fruit as a dessert, but it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't
right?
have to be. It could be an after-school snack. Okay, I think you're good there now.
Okay.
And if
So
you want
take
to
the
put
rest
yours
of-
in there now, you can
That's
too.
a great idea. Okay.
And so you're going to pile up just like a burrito, kind of all the fillings you want in there.
What's this, cabbage?
We have some cabbage. We
Ooh.
have some red pepper.
Red pepper. This makes me feel fancy. I always love being in the kitchen with you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Some
carrots.
Some green onion or scallion.
Okay, so now what I noticed is these are all cut at a glance or a slant. kind of
Yeah,
thing. Is
it's
that a
called
special-
biased cut, and you kind of turn your knife at 45 degrees to get that to happen.
Okay. How's that rice paper coming, Tyler?
Looking
Perfect.
good.
Okay. And what's this?
That's some cilantro and some basil.
Ooh, mixed in together.
Yeah.
It smells so good. Okay.
And then you just roll it up like a burrito, 2 ends in,
Oh my gosh,
as
this
tight
is
as you can get it,
interesting. This has got a really
real sticky,
Yeah,
isn't
it is very sticky.
and then roll it up and over and try to get it as tight as you can, and it'll seal
Oh
itself.
my gosh!
How easy is that?
That is so cool.
You can also deep fry these too. You can put pork in there and ginger if you want to and throw it in the deep fryer, but it also works really well as a fresh roll.
Okay,
and you can
and
do
then-
the same thing with your, oh,
And then you have a special sauce with this? Now, do I
Yes.
just dip it or?
That's-
This is so cool. Isn't that cool, Tyler?
Looks good.
Do you want to make these for dinner tonight?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we'll have to taste these here in just a minute, huh?
and Tyler's doing his with apples and strawberries. We've got a little mint here.
Oh, that's what the green stuff is, mint. Pack yours in, honey. Kiwis.
And some kiwi,
Okay.
Get some more strawberry.
some more strawberry.
Isn't that weird how it feels?
Yeah.
Wrap it tight. You're a good burrito roller. Wow.
How nice is that?
And then you set it, and you've got your little tray too.
And then he's got a tray that's got some apple caramel sauce on it. You can also do chocolate to dip your spring rolls in. But it's really
How
nice,
fun.
light,
No,
fresh.
do you drizzle this on side, or do I just take this Mac Daddy
dunk
and
it
dip?
right in
I
there.
just dunk it in there?
Yeah, do it.
Do you want to try one? Are you gonna try it?
Yeah.
Try the okay. And I'm sorry. What's this sauce?
This is avocado cilantro sauce. It's got a
Okay.
little lime in there. It's kind of like a guacamole.
Oh my gosh,
A little
yum.
bit.
Should I try it with the caramel?
Yeah, try it with the caramel. And we do a ton of kids camps too. We have them running all summer long. We have them for spring break, President's Day, whenever kids are out of school. And then we teach them sushi rolls, mozzarella cheese, marshmallows, just everything.
Yeah,
so it's really fun.
creative with this.
Yeah.
You like it? Mm-hmm. Is it good? Yum, that one looks really good. Woo! All right, well, in the kitchen with Chef Daisy with our kids. I think your kids are going to love this. It's going to be great for dinner tonight, for dessert tonight, for some fun spring break specials. So, were you glad to be here?
Yeah.
You think you feel empowered as a chef now?
Yes.
All right.
Very.
All right. Well, we'll be right back here on Idaho Living. Are you looking for a way to connect with your kids or family or maybe your best girlfriends in a unique and creative way?
My mom and I accepted an invitation to visit the Boise Hotspot, Boise Creative Center, to express our creative selves.
Alex Vega is the mastermind behind the Creative Space, and we're so excited to have you here with us, Alex.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yay, so let's talk a little bit about getting your kids in a creative space.
Well, life is busy. Life is complicated. Life has a bunch of different facets: work, responsibility, family. So it's kind of hard to touch back on letting your kids be creative. All kids are naturally creative. You don't have to do a lot to bring that out. And I have a few ideas. I have a lot more ideas, but we'll just talk about a few today.
We're limited in time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some of those ideas you have for us.
Well, kids like to do physical art, to where it stimulates their physical and mental mind. If you own your home, we got to do this as kids growing up, where our mom would let us have a wall in our room that we could paint whatever we wanted on.
Wow.
And she'd help us mask it off on the ground and choose a handful of colors and just let us kind of go crazy. If we needed to map out you know, something that we could do together, but most of the time it was just kind of free range.
Okay, so Tyler, do you think I would let you choose a wall in your room?
Probably not in the house.
So tell us if we don't want to do the wall inside, do we have some options?
Yeah, definitely. We've had some great success in that kind of situation where instead of letting them paint in a wall in their house, we'll install outside in their yard an interactive art wall.
Wow.
And that's what you guys were helping me with at the studio, and
Okay.
we do a lot of swirls on that one that's at our studio. And it's just amazing, just a free form of expression. Then you can kind of paint over it every other couple of months, and that way it's a fresh new canvas for them to start on.
And you have another great idea for kids too. If they're not into the painting, they don't want
Yes.
to paint, what else can they do? That you
Well, you know, a little bit of a cleaner option, you know, not as messy. We like to, and we've done this with our kids, where we give them a digital camera with a blank SD card and just kind of send them loose in a park or, you know, say here at the village and just see what their eye captures. They'd be really surprised the dynamic, you know, capturings that these kids will do, and, you know, amazing eye for the smallest, weirdest detail that you never would have thought.
Well, it's funny that you should mention that because, do you remember?
I do.
In elementary school, we did that with Tyler. He did an art project and he actually won an award. Yeah, so that's
see?
so fun.
Definitely. He's actually good. He nailed this one when we were there. So,
that's awesome.
yeah.
What else
definitely.
can kids do at your studio?
Oh man, so much. It's a 12,000 square foot facility downtown Boise. So we offer a lot of different classes. We do full scale classes in the case of airbrushing, full scale, you know, print design. There's some amazing graphic design that we do, woodworking stuff. We do a social paint party for kids on the second Sunday of each month. 2 to 4 p.m. and it's $20 a kid, and we walk through a step-by-step a custom painting a lot like this.
That's
so
great.
we'll use brush mostly, but there is usually an element of spray paint in the paintings that we do.
Well, Alex, thank you so much for the opportunity for
no
Tyler and I to come
problem.
by, and we had a great
Easy.
time, and we
Thank
appreciate you being here today.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah, let's go get our creative on.
Yes.
So you can discover the variety of classes and experiences Boise Creative Center offers by hopping on over to boisecreativecenter.com.
Coming up, I'm taking over as the host of Idaho Living and asking my mom the tough questions. Stay tuned to see how she does on the other side of the microphone.
Plus, is it possible to successfully grow tomatoes even if you don't have a green thumb? Find out how even I can grow tomatoes and peppers with the help of our friends at Zamzows. Coming up next on Idaho Living. Okay, Tyler, we have been doing this gardening thing all wrong for all of these years.
Did you know tomatoes and peppers grow best when started indoors a month or so before you plan on planting them outside?
Who knew? Well, we have an expert in all things gardening here from Zamzows here to show us how to properly plant your tomatoes and peppers for this summer season. Welcome, Chris Owens from Zamzows.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay! Okay, what do we need to know to get started? Because we want these edible, right?
Absolutely.
And fast.
Yep,
So
you
what
bet.
do we need to know?
So first thing would be picking out your seed.
Okay.
So there's two different varieties. There's your heirloom varieties and your hybrid.
Okay.
A lot of people confuse hybrid with a GMO, genetically modified, and that's not the case at all. A hybrid is just they've taken traits from two parent plants and they've crossed it to get something like a quicker fruit, earlier fruit, more
Oh, wow.
disease resistant, something like that.
Okay.
So your heirloom are nice if you're gonna harvest your fruit, save that seed, and replant that seed. That exact same fruit will come back, which is
Really?
not the
Okay.
case with a hybrid.
Okay.
Yep, it'll revert back to one of the parent plants, but no GMOs. Yeah,
Oh
it's-
my gosh.
yeah.
Okay, so find the perfect seed is the first step.
Yep,
Okay, what are we going to try
definitely.
to plant today?
We're gonna do some tomatoes today.
Okay. And you said there's something special about these ones because they're going to be up by when?
By the 4th of July,
Okay.
which is nice. That's one of the
Okay.
benefits of that one.
Okay.
So the next thing you need to know is picking out your equipment.
Okay.
I love this specific tray because it actually plugs in and it'll heat up the soil to about 75 degrees, which is right what you want to get these to germinate.
Chris, who knew you had to have a heating element to this?
Yes,
That's
it is
crazy.
very important for 'em.
Okay.
Yep, and the next is using a soilless type of what they call a soilless potting soil.
Okay.
Yeah, so the importance of this is it's very well drained. If you use a normal potting
Uh-huh.
soil, it'll hold too much moisture,
I see
and
that.
you'll actually get what's called dampening off, and it'll start to rot all of your plants off, and you'll just see them just start laying over.
Okay.
So it's very well drained, and actually no nutritional value to it at all. which is
Really?
important so you don't burn the seeds as they're trying to grow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tyler's going to plant it for us. You're going to plant in these 9 little areas here. So.
Yes.
Let's
So there's
see.
some soil.
Okay.
And then as you're doing it, you want to kind of pack it down a little bit, so you don't want a ton of airspace in there. You want the well drained, but you want it to hold some moisture too, just a little
So, Chris,
bit.
did I understand you correctly on those other ones, on those heirlooms, that if you save the seed from the tomato, you can plant that seed?
Yes, you can plant
That is
it, and that exact
crazy.
same tomato will come back up.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And so, are we
But-
going to plant one seed now? Is Tyler going to plant one seed per?
I would do
little
2
square?
to 3 per
Okay.
tray, per cell.
Okay.
Because not all
This
of
is
them are
called a
going to
cell?
germinate. Yep,
Okay.
yep, one of those is a cell. So you're going to want
So
2 to
let's-
3 seeds in there.
Okay.
Yep, per.
And do we have to
And
like
then-
put a little hole in there or anything, or just cover it
Nope,
with
yeah,
dirt?
you
or
can
what?
just drop the seeds in, and then when we're all done, you can add a little more soil and just cover up over the top.
Love it.
And then as you water it, that'll actually pack it down a little bit for that seed.
Oh my word. Okay. So now that we've got them planted, now what do we do? How do we make sure these bad boys grow, Chris?
Yes, and now it's kind of important to water from underneath. So the beauty of something like this tray below holds all your water. So you want to actually lift these up as you're watering and fill that tray to about a quarter of an inch.
You are kidding me.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to water like this.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, you want it to come up, and the
This is-
beauty of this soil is actually some coconut coir in there, and that acts as a wick. So it brings the moisture up to the seed, but that seed's never sitting in water.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So then after we do that, we've got some cute little tier, Tyler, so we can label our things, right?
Yes,
That's always
it's
fun.
important to remember, especially if you're sharing. You know, you buy one of these seed packs, there's probably 50 plants in each one of those, so it's a good chance you'll share with neighbors. You want to know what you're giving
Oh,
out.
Chris,
Yeah.
I want to be your neighbor. Okay. And then tell us about some of the other things that have, and actually I wanted to know, when do we take them out of this into, like, we plant them outside? Do we plant them outside or just grow them inside?
yes, so May 10th is our average last frost date. So you really don't want to be planting this stuff outside until that frost scare is over.
Okay.
Yeah, so once that's a good plant right there. So after you've watered it, it takes about 14 days or so, you'll see it start popping, and then about 21 days, they'll start looking like these guys here, and then they'd
Wow.
actually be ready to transplant. And you could transplant into a 4-inch pot or all the way up to these gallon pots over
Okay.
here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you just want to keep them indoors as long as you can so they don't get frosted.
Love it. Okay.
Yes.
And then can you just tell us real quickly, we're almost out of time, but there are 2 other components that you said work wonderful when you're working with tomatoes and peppers and things.
Absolutely. So once you plant them, so they've always been in a soilless soil, so no nutrients. So once you plant them, it's really important to feed them. So the tomato boom, very high in calcium. It's very important for a tomato, so you don't get what they call blossom end rot on the bottom of your tomato. And a
yes.
huge mineral pack in that. So actually, as that breaks down, it releases tricantanol into the soil, which is a natural
Wow.
occurring growth hormone. So it'll
Wow.
help the fruit production, the plant production, the root development, all
Okay.
of that.
Wonderful. All right.
And then
just real
peppers.
quickly,
Yes, peppers.
everybody needs a pepper popper,
Absolutely,
right?
that stuff's incredible.
Okay, awesome.
Peppers love magnesium, and that's a leaf-absorbed magnesium, so just spray it right over the top of the plant.
You can take a free class from Zamzows in about an hour. Learn everything you need to know about growing great tomatoes and peppers. The class is at all 11 Zamzows locations starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, April 29th. Up next, I am in the hot seat and Tyler is asking the questions. Stay tuned as Bring Your Child to Work Day continues here on Idaho Living.
Welcome back to Idaho Living. I'm Tyler Johnson, and it's Take Your Child to Work Day. My mom's in the hot spot, and it's my turn to ask her some questions.
All right.
Why don't we switch seats, Mom?
All right. Here we go. I want to make sure these questions are vetted, like I'm not going to be embarrassed or anything, right?
Maybe.
All right.
Question number 1. What happy memory will you cherish forever?
Is this a loaded question? I think, of course, the day that you were brought into this world. I think it's one of the most happiest days of my entire life. I will cherish it forever.
Me too.
Do you remember it?
Nope. Question 2. What is your biggest regret?
Whoa. Well, you know that we don't like regrets in our house. We talk a lot about making really good decisions and doing what your heart says to do. And I think that I've done that. I've been really blessed to do that. But I also, that blessing's been a curse because I love what I do and I work a lot, and sometimes too much. I'm sorry. You still love me?
Yes.
Okay.
Question number 3. Growing up, who inspired you most?
I would say my mom. I was blessed to have my mom and dad, and I think they did a great job of. They're very balanced, very blended, and you are so lucky that they get to inspire you as well.
I am.
All right. Any more questions?
What do I do that annoys you the most?
Do we have enough time to talk about that? Okay, so here's what you do. I do not like to be scared, Tyler Johnson. I don't like to be scared. And he scares me around every corner, around every closet. And in fact, let's just show them what you did this week. So I get this text the other day that says, Mom, look out your bedroom window. The bedroom window that's on the 2nd floor. And here's what I find. So my son just told me to come to my bedroom window. I am going to kill him. Get down. Jump. No, you shouldn't jump. Get down. Get down. I'm going to kill him. I don't even know how he got up there. Tyler, that right there gives me a heart attack. Like, you do stuff like that all the time, drives me crazy.
Yeah. Final question. Do you ever wish that you had another son or daughter?
More kids? Well, if you just watch that video, that is why you are an only child. You came on your birthday out like that. You have been a little ball of energy ever since, and we've never been able to contain you, but that's also what I love most about you. So I do not regret it one bit. I know you've wanted a sister or brother,
I have.
and you've asked a lot of times, right?
Yep.
But there's just you. It's us 3. And our dog and our cat, right?
Perfect.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much for being part of our Take Your Kid to Work Day.
Yeah, thank you. It was really fun.
Did you like it?
I did.
It's harder than it looks.
It is crazy hard.
Did I already ask you that?
You did.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, sometimes you forget. You're the host. You're supposed to be asking me
Oh.
these questions. But anyway, thanks so much for watching our very special edition of Take Your Kid to Work Day here on Idaho Living. Have a great weekend.
Promotional consideration was provided by The Village at Meridian, Village Coffee, and Kyla Butler Floral Artistry. Jana's wardrobe provided by Torrid.